Oh son, what's good, my boy? I was gonna make this a running Goggins style video. I've been watching a lot of him, but I realized I'm too shit at running. Too much of a pussy to keep my breath up. I'm still out of breath right now, but to keep that up while running and mess with the camera and have a cohesive video. So I'm just gonna walk and talk about it, but just know I'm gonna run after this shit, so I ain't no pussy. But today's topic is about how people are most people are too afraid to take the leap. Most people don't even know what it means to take the fucking leap. I didn't know for the longest. And I also believe there's multiple stages to taking a leap. I don't believe there's this one big great epiphany moment in life where some big ass moment happens and it changes you forever. I feel like life is like a staircase. Like we're all going down this staircase into something greater. And each time you get to the edge of a step, and these are steps that are really, really long, really far down, and you have to jump off of them and catch a fall. And then you'll walk for a little bit on the next step in a plateau or whatever, and then you got to jump again, and you got to keep doing that your entire life if you want to change. That's just a little metaphor I thought of. But the first time I ever decided to take a leap was whenever I did my weight loss. I had this fantasy idea. I knew nothing about nutrition, nothing about exercise or anything. I just knew that you go to the gym, you can do this. I didn't even know that if you lost weight, you got loose skin. I for real had like this mental image that if you could be a 600-pound life motherfucker and just go to the gym and then look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's what my idea of training was whenever I first started. And through years, 2 or 3 years worth of research, I finally have become grounded in my understanding of nutrition and fitness. But at first, it was really scary. I was eating like absolute shit. I was 100 pounds overweight with zero muscle on my frame. And I wasn't disciplined. I wasn't motivated even. I don't like that word, but it's a good buzzword. I wasn't engaged enough to do it right. I wanted the quickest, most microwavable results. So what did I do? I starved myself for about a 8-month period, and it was quick. Oh man, the weight dropped off like nothing. But I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing the 2 pounds a week or nothing. I'm doing as much weight as I possibly can. I saw all these transformations online from people who do steroids where they'll lose like fucking 5 to 10 pounds in 2 weeks. And they'll do that over a course, and then they'll have muscle on the other side of it. Well, whenever you start with zero fucking muscle, you're just gonna turn into a little loose skin of jello. I looked like I had like a fucking Clint Eastwood cowboy with my loose skin vest wrapped around me. I had fucking love handles like you could play with, like the movie Ghost. Oh, my love, like Unchained Melody would start playing. But I had no idea. And then I finally came to a dilemma, a brick wall that I had to climb over. And it was that I had to decide. I realized that this is going to be a life-changing decision. I have to change my entire lifestyle and diet and go to an extreme if I really want to make up for all the damages I did by starving myself. If I started in the beginning with a complete lifestyle change, it wouldn't have been as hard. I could have lost it slowly while going to the gym. I didn't even go to the gym while I starved myself. I lost my initial weight just through starvation. I didn't even want to be big and strong. I didn't even fall in love with the gym at that point like a lot of people these days do. I just wanted the weight gone. So my face looked thin, I looked thin, yada yada. And that was my first step that I had to take a leap off of. And I finally did, and then I fell in love with the gym and I had my first metamorphosis. Then I got a life-changing disease. Fucking wasp. I got a life-changing disease which caused abscesses and boils all over my body to spawn on me. I had no control over it. I for the first time I was losing all this weight and feeling so good, and then all of a sudden I wake up one day with abscesses tunneled through my inner thighs and everything. I feel like a fucking Frankenstein monster or something. And then I realized at this point, I thought I had a good grasp of nutrition and everything. I was like one of these Greg Doucette fanboys where you think as long as it fits my macros and calories, I can eat jelly donuts and whatnot. So I was still eating all this terrible food for you, processed bullshit. I had no idea that, hey, maybe this food with nutritional value and all of these vitamins and shit would be better and more beneficial for me than this other shit. So I went and did research. And that's been about a 1.5 to 2 year process to where I am now, old son. That's how long it fucking took. That is how long it fucking took. So here I am now with all this knowledge. I've completely changed my life 2 or 3 times. And then outside interference happens. That disease was an outside interference that tortured me for 2 to 3 years. And then I have other outside interferences. My car gets stolen. That was a time where I had to take a leap and decide what I wanted to do. I went for 3 or 4 months without an automobile, not knowing what to do. So I decided to change things up a little bit. And then a year after that, probably about 4, 5 or 6 months ago in February, I got in a car wreck and totaled my car. I felt completely lost. I didn't know what to do. All this shit has happened to me in the span of 3 years. But this last and most recent one, which all of these moments I'm grateful for. And I'll explain why in a little bit. But my car is wrecked. I don't know what to do. I have to take another leap, a decision. Do I move up north with my grandpa, live on his property and everything like that, and try to make something of myself? And that is my decision. That was my next decision, my next leap, if you will. And now I've started where I'm doing general contracting. I'm pretty successful with it. I get to go all over and work on these really nice homes and everything like that. I get to make these videos and share messages that might resonate with a similar thinking audience. And I'm in the most happy place. I'm the most happy I've been in 3 years. The most clear and level-headed I've been in 3 years. And it's all through these choices, these leaps off the step, if you will, that I had to take. I'm learning and evolving into a metamorphosis as we speak. I feel myself growing every day, and it is so exciting. Normally, before you take a leap of anything, before you take any form of leap in life, your mind is not calloused. You have a very loose way of thinking. You can start going and watching a Goggins and something and get super motivated, and it's just, you're dead set. You start running and everything. And because your mind is not callous, because you have shackles over it, and it's just so loose and fluid that you can watch another figure and they say something that's completely contradictory of what Goggins is saying, and it pulls you out of the loop. And you'll go back and forth in these mindsets, dip into nihilism a little bit, dip into over here, and it's just like a toxic storm of just bullshit in your brain. You can't ever stick on one path for a year. Now, I'm not saying that it is bad to be tolerant or have contradictions in your brain. I feel like that's a sign of intelligence. But you need to have strict boundaries and parameters that you do not break, that you will have strong will. And I feel that it takes that first leap of a complete lifestyle change from degeneracy and all of that. You have to decide what is right for you. For me, it was to cut out playing video games. It's the ultimate form of distractions. I wish I could have that time back, but like you've seen people say online, you can't have it back, so whatever. And that's true. So the first thing was to quit video games for me. The second, which was an ongoing battle for me, was pornography, to quit pornography. The third was to get my fitness right. That was a struggle for me. Consistency was hard in the beginning. Was hard in the middle, really. The beginning was easy, and now it's easy. But in the middle, it was very hard for me. The fourth is my diet, and that has been the struggle that I've faced this whole way. This is my current leap that I have to decide. Do I choose to stick and blend in with people and be able to go out and have fun and do this? I've already quit drinking and weed. I've already quit these two addictions, which were my strongest, but now it's the food. Do I quit eating all this bullshit and processed food and live a life of discipline and sometimes in solitude and missing out, and I'll get FOMO and shit? Or do I continue to live knowing that I could take that other leap and achieve my goals fully with my diet. And that is the leap I've just recently taken and I've recently chosen. And now, once it all culminates together in all of your leaps, you have a great journey ahead of you. And then this goes on and on and on, this whole process of going and leaping off of these steps. I mean, it's why most of their successful people like Robin Williams and Chris Cornell and all these celebrities who kill themselves at such ultra plethoras of life, the ultimate levels of financial freedom, the ultimate, all this shit, and they still kill themselves. Why? It's because they've reached a pinnacle that they believe, a pinnacle that they've put on their mind, a ceiling, if you will. And they couldn't take it no more. They saw no other way out. Well, let me tell you, old son, the way out is to take a fucking leap, a complete change up. If I was this depressed and all of this and at a pinnacle, I would give it all away and go be a monk. I would try to do some sort of, I would join the army or something, just a complete switch up from what you were doing that gets you out of your comfort zone and everything. And that's what it is. The leap is to get out of your comfort zone. So get out of your fucking comfort zone, old son, and take a leap. Have a great day. Chase paper and enjoy nature.